In this lesson, I'd like to show you how to comment on a document by adding sticky notes and some other annotations. First, under your Tools panel, you want to click on Comment, and this will open up the Comments toolbar along the top. Comments that you create and comments from other reviewers of the document will show up on the right-hand side. Here on page 2, I see that there is a date here that needs to be updated. So I'm going to use the first tool in the toolbar called the sticky note. I'm going to click on it once, and I'm going to come out and just off to the right of 2013, I'm going to click once and add a note. And there's my note. And when I click away, you can see the sticky note just lives out there. I could click on it once, and I see my comment on the right-hand side. And if I double-click, I can come in and make an editing change if I'd like. The next tool is the highlighter pen. I'll click on the highlighter pen and I'll come down here and highlight this text right here. It says highlight 2 positions. I could right click on the highlight and choose open pop-up note and leave a note just as before. And when I click away, I can see the note over on the right hand side. I can edit right inside of the pane here as well. I could also right-click this and go to Properties. And then under Properties, if I wasn't happy with the color of the highlight, I could click to change the color as well. Other settings here would be under General. You can see the author of the note. And out here under Review History, you could come out, and if we had passed this document around and there had been several comments made by different reviewers on this highlight notation, you'd see that history living out here, but we don't have anything at the moment. Next, I'll scroll down to the next page. And I'm going to hold down my Control and my Shift key at the same time and just click to drag a chunk of text, and that does a marquee zoom. This is just like the marquee zoom tool you might use in the toolbar, but I just use the shortcut key instead. And I'm going to start using some of the text highlighting tools. I'll come up, click on my text tool, I'll come out, highlight. This puts an underline underneath the text tool. And the text that you see is now underlined. If I right click, I could come out and add a pop-up note if I want. I could also come out under Properties, and if I'd like, I could change the color of the underline. Maybe I'll go ahead and make this red, and I can also change from straight to squiggly as well. In General and Review History we covered just a moment ago. I'll go ahead and click OK, and you can see the change take effect. The Strikethrough tool here just allows you to select text and highlight it, and it appears to be struck through with the strike-through mark. This is not changing the original document. I just have basically just looking at a copy of the document, original document, just indicating what I think should be changed, but the original is still intact. Here is Add Note to Replace Text. I'll come back out here, highlight some text, and it gives me a note. And I can include a comment here. Click away. And now I see I have a little indicator there at the bottom. I can just put my pointer on top of that. I could also right click and go into Properties, or I could open the pop-up note that came with that as well. And then I have the ability to insert text, and I could pop in something right here. And I could type in whatever I'd like. Now here's a few shortcuts. If I come out here and I were to highlight a word and press delete on my keyboard, it automatically strikes through. I'm going to do a Control Z to pull that out. I could come over here and highlight a word and just start typing, and it automatically strikes through and creates a note for me that I can go ahead and leave behind. Or I could come out here and just type in some text. And it just shows me that there is a place to insert some text if I'd like. So just another way of working right on the page instead of using some of the tools up here at the top. I could choose the Add Text Comment tool, and it changes to a text I-beam. I could come out here and click somewhere and type a note. And it also gives me the ability to come out here and change the font if I wanted to, or change the color as well. If I thought that was necessary, I could go ahead and make some changes there as well. Adding the text box is just as you would expect. It just comes out here, and you can go ahead and include a text box if you'd like. No mistaking that, just like working with text boxes and other programs that you've worked with before. The pencil tool is just like you would expect. You could come out here, select it, make some sort of a visual note on the screen. You could right click, you could include a pop-up note if you want. You could also come out and right click, go to properties, and change it after the fact to some other color that might work better for you. To review the note, I would just come out, right click, and open the pop-up note that I might want to include here. The eraser tool allows you to come out and erase portions or parts of something that you've drawn on the page. So you just click and drag over the top of whatever you want to remove. The stamp palette is a nice little tool you can use to drop different types of stamps on a document. So if you need a signature, you could drop one of these in your document. There's some standard business stamps you can include, like a draft or approved or not. You could also come out here and do a custom stamp if you wanted. So if you happen to have several stamps that weren't included with Acrobat, you can click on Manage and come out and pull or delete or add the stamps that you want. Or you could come out and under Custom Stamps, you could create one if you'd like. So I'm going to come out here and I'm going to browse. And I've found a JPEG that I think I can use. I'll go ahead and click on it, click on Open, and it pulls in this little coupon graphic, but I could use this as a stamp as well, and I'll go ahead and click OK. I could come up here and type a new name. I'll just call this My Custom. Stamp name, I'll just call this Coupon. And I'll go ahead and click OK. And now under Stamps, Custom Stamps, I see Coupon. I could click on Coupon, bring it in, and resize it if I need to. It seems like it's a little large. And I could use this as a stamp if I want. If you would like, you could attach a file to the PDF. You could come out and click on the attachment tool, click on the place where you want to indicate the attachment. I'll go ahead and drop this in right here, and it asks for a document. I'll just choose a Word document. It doesn't have to be a PDF, and I'll click on Open. And once an indicator, I'm going to go ahead and choose just take the paper clip, and I'll go ahead and click OK. And now it tells me that there's a little attachment here. I've got the attachment icon, and this document, this Word document, will actually move along with this PDF. Along with document attachments, if you had an audio recording, you could attach a recorded audio file out here as well. And of course, you also have just your standard drawing tools. So you could come out here and click on, say, the cloud, and you could come out here and include that graphic out here as well. And if any time you wanted, you could just right click it, come out and choose properties, and make whatever changes you need to make here. I can increase the line thickness and maybe change the color to something else.